Hi Clem, this is a message for you. I'm asking you stuff because you may remember a few years ago we stood in contact via the YouTube message system, which worked kinda better than now, back in time. Anyway, I say to you that I bought your stuff and I want to donate your stuff. And here is some of the stuff. This is a collection of potentiometers. And here is a collection of foil capacitors. And I bought lots of other stuff. I bought a kit for an amplifier. I bought a kit for a CCFL voltage converter that you have to wind the coil by yourself, and it will convert voltage from 12 volts DC to some high voltage that you can power a fluorescent tube light. Anyway, over the years I was too lazy to put the stuff in a package and send it to you. And the thing is, I planned to make some kits by myself. As you know, I make these, I make these homemade PCBs where you can mount components and then you have a transmitter or receiver or high voltage generator or whatever. And yeah, I didn't do these things and still the stuff is laying around. And what I want to ask you in first place, as a reaction on your latest video, is may I keep this stuff or do you absolutely insist on sending it or receiving it? I say to you that I'm probably going to send it to you, but I'm not promising it, and I would like to take my right of promise. So I said I promise it, and I don't I said I'm not promising to send the stuff to you, and I would like to take my right to keep it, if it's okay for you. Because keep in mind, I've bought you this frequency generator, and I managed that Simon sent you some kits. You may remember this weak AM transmitter, and this is by the amount of money definitely what I bought here, and it's even a little bit more expensive. So are you fine with that if I keep it, or do you absolutely insist that you receive it? Okay, the other thing is, I've seen your video and I kind of thought, what's up with Clem? He made some electronic videos, but there were weeks or even months between the videos, and then now he says, or now you say, you plan to make more comics, which is definitely fine. I like your videos. I watched The Move, which didn't make too much sense because most of the clips in this movie I already knew from before. And I like your cartoons and watch them, but the thing is, I made the experience that if you change the thing on your channel, you may lose subscribers. I tried making videos about games, and I also made a video lately, in German of course, about my sci-fi and fantasy hobby, and there was not really that much reaction. If I make a video about electronics, people react to it and post comments, but if I make a video about games and something like this, eventually someone will recognize the game and will post a comment, oh, I know that game, I like it, it's great, but most people just aren't interested in it. And what I would suggest to you would be that you go ahead and change your channel. You could keep your Cool to Clem channel and make Cool to Clem's electronic channel, where you keep your electronic videos, and then you can go ahead and make a separate channel which contains your animations. And also, by the amount of subscribers of each channel, you will then see if the people are rather interested in your animation or in your electronic videos. I'm not sure if you earn money with the videos, but I kinda doubt it because I think there are no commercials at the beginning of your video, which is a sign that you haven't this YouTube gives you money for your videos thing. So, okay, another thing is that I want to show you or give you hints is this simple transmitter. It's an example. There are many of these make videos that you should have seen them. They have a fancy picture like make your own LED flashlight or make your own headphone amplifier and so forth and so on. And these are kind of like videos that explain electronic newbies, electronic beginners, or people who just want to sniff into electronics a little bit and see how it works. They explain it for beginners. And I know that your workshops are really a huge amount of work. I can see that by how you make them, I mean how well you explain these things, and also how the video editing is. I can see by my own experience that you put hours, if not even days, into these videos. Anyway, so why not make some of these make electronic videos? I tried that, but the problem is, due to the fact that now it's winter, look, it's around 2:23 in the afternoon, and you can see how dark it is. It's like as if it was summer and 8 o'clock in the evening. So the problem is, when I wanted to make a video on one day, which is make an AM transmitter, and I just didn't get it. I ran out of time when I was filming it, and then I started editing it with my editing program, which is the Windows Movie Maker, which is, for me, definitely fine enough. But the problem is, yeah, here is the result. The problem with this video is that the video is not good because parts of the video are missing. I'm missing the why should you make an AM transmitter and what's the stuff all about. And also there was a mistake that when the transmitter was built, the wrong text appeared. Anyway, here's an AM transmitter, and I could give you the schematic if you want. I'm not showing the schematic so no one steals the circuitry. And you could make it. As you see, it requires only a handful of components and one coil. This could be your local oscillator coil from your medium wave superhead. And yeah, it's working fine. And there's another thing, you may eventually not know about transmitters, but since UK is still in the EU, although there's this Brexit thing and they want to get out, in EU it's normalized that you can broadcast, as far as I know, a very weak signal as long as there is no antenna connected on medium wave. So the coil is, as you should know, generating a magnetic field. And in this radio, there is, you should have taken one apart, there is a ferrite staff with another coil which picks up the signal and makes voltage out of the magnetic signal again. So this is legal and goes up to a range of around 30 feet. But you want to stay in the range of 12 to 15 feet if you want to be fine and legal with that. So in theory, you could make an AM transmitter like this, and it's just fine by the terms of law, is it allowed, and everyone can rebuild it. So I'll just give you a short demonstration. Why do they make this thing with these, you can broadcast around 30 feet and a magnetic field? So if I turn on the radio, you can see the signal LED is on. And it's receiving hissing and it's receiving weird noises which come from my laptop computer. And because most of these devices are generating these magnetic fields, they made this. And it's for switching mode power supply, smartphone, MP3 player, as you can see, laptop computer, and they are allowed to make these magnetic fields at this distance. But I've asked at least the German, it would be in UK, it would be Ofcom, but I've asked the German Bundesnetzagentur, and they said, okay, as long as you stay in the limits, you're fine, go ahead and broadcast for your radio. They also wrote something that's very interesting. They said it does not belong to broadcast interests. So it's like, I'm not wanting to start my own radio station, I just want to broadcast a signal around 2-3 feet or so from my transmitter into my radio. And they are allowing that. And so on this base, you could, for example, make a video how to make a simple AM transmitter. Now I'll turn on the transmitter and demonstrate you that it works. You can hear that there's still lots of static, so this gives you a little bit of impression how strong the laptop transmits and how weak the transmitter is. Okay, I push play on my video.
Weaker than that. So in theory, this transmitter should be allowed everywhere in Europe without buying a license for it.
So these
are the components that are required for building the transmitter circuit. Here we have a transistor.
So you could hear it, and you could also hear, I pause it if I turn it on, how much static is there from the laptop computer. But if I would turn the laptop off, then you would be able to hear that it's sounding quite well. Okay, this is just an example how you could make or how you could continue with electronics, because one of these videos spread into 2 days is done quite quick. I mean, the electronics part is done very fast, but the editing takes some time. Anyway, this was my message to you, which is by far longer than I wanted it to be. All I wanted to basically ask you, these things I bought them a while ago, a few years ago, may I keep them for me, or do you really insist on them? Okay, whatever you're going to plan or whatever you're going to do, good luck, Clem. I will still be watching your channel, your videos about animation and electronics. Best regards, Stefan.